something's wrong. There's something here that doesn't last too long. Maybe
Sorry, I'm running behind. This is not the Eastern Missouri Beekeepers anymore. Hold on, Jason. I'm very sorry.
Yes, sir.
Jason Harrison joins us now, and this is what I'm excited for, Jason. You were running for the Alton School Board.
Yes, sir.
Alton School District School Board candidate, Jason
Yes.
Harrison. I wanted to make sure I got it all right to let the audience know I'm excited for you. And
Thank you.
This isn't an endorsement because you don't want my endorsement ever. I always tell people that you want me to endorse your opponent. You've done so much in this community, man, and you're always out there, always trying to be active. And for you to add this to your resume and add this to what you're already providing, I think it'd be great for the school district. I think it'd be great for the kids, and I think it'd be great for the community. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm hoping that it will be great. Truthfully,
I think you'll be fine, man.
You know, it's like another thing to add, but I believe I'm at a season of a place in my life where I have accomplished a little, and I believe that I am now an asset where I can add value to the board. So I didn't want to come in prematurely where I couldn't be an asset.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
You know, that's a fascinating conversation too, and it's one that I think we all run into when we enter public life and we decide maybe we start exploring options on,
right,
am I better fit to lead a community? Am I better fit to lead a district, a ward, be a part of a board? And sometimes the word, it's not ego, it's maybe just ignorance gets in the way because we aren't experienced enough to realize what we don't know yet. And that's a really fascinating point, Jason, you bring up is, hey, I'm ready now. Maybe a couple of years ago, I wasn't, as good of an asset as I could have been, but now I am, and that's really fascinating to hear.
Yeah, man. So it took a lot because there maybe 4 years ago, I felt like, oh man, this would be a time to run, but I had to evaluate who I was as a father, as a husband, as a community leader, and say that I wasn't ready. I wasn't mature enough yet. I believe now this is the time in my life where I feel like I'm ready. I don't need this for to add value to me. So I'm not looking to be like, oh, that's the school board guy. I don't need any of that. It's not for my ego at all. This is only that I can add value to the school. So that's the reason I'm running.
So, and this is a part of the April 1st consolidated election, correct?
Correct.
Just for our audience to know, because, man, it seems like it's so hard for the general voting bloc to realize that there is this more important election, I always call it, because local ones are so much more important sometimes because it directly impacts us. April 1st, we have to get out there and make sure our voices are heard. So April 1st, you're on the ballot. What led up to that decision? How long did it take, those internal conversations, the conversations you had with your wife, your family? How long of a process was this before you said, you know what, I'm doing it?
Years, man. And
like actually, this time around, though, was it a couple? So it was years in the making, all the way around.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So it's been something that I've been contemplating, speaking to legal advice, business mentors, my wife, even to the day of actual filing. So I had got the signatures. But even the day of filing, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, because I'm so busy and I'm, so involved, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. But then I had to think about the platform that God has allowed me to have with providing meals in schools and daycare, stuff like that, knowing about entrepreneurship and just different pieces that I'm like, you know what, I believe I could be an asset to the school board. And so that day of it was like literally, and I messed up. They had to call me back, and I had like 2 hours to get there.
Oh no!
To fix it. And when they called me, I was like, maybe this is my sign. I'm supposed to do this. But my wife assured me, she was like, no, just go ahead. Like, this is what you said you're going to do. Let's do it.
And what are some of the things that, you're looking to accomplish if elected to the school board?
Well, man, one of the main things, I want to be a voice to those who feel like they don't have a voice, whether that's educators, whether that's parents, or whether even that's students. I want to bring some innovation to the team. I'm familiar with AI. I'm familiar with STEAM, science, technology, English, arts, math.
You bring that up. You said STEAM. That is a newer term. They've just added arts to it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was just having a conversation with somebody about we're promoting their new STEAM room, and I kept saying, is it STEM or STEAM? And I didn't realize they added it. So it's a good clarifier for folks to maybe see that acronym and don't realize where it came from.
Man, and it's so relevant
it is.
to where we are now and where jobs are going to be. I know many people are against AI, but I'm telling you now, you better get used to it. It's here to stay.
Well, they're against AI because they don't know how to use it. I mean,
exactly.
And I'm not trying to. I was noticing this the other day. There are so many, and I'm not just talking here locally. I'm talking just from a national, even all the way down to state races and all. There's so many candidates that are using AI, which is fine, for their campaign stuff, but it's so badly prompted that it's like, come on, we're never going to use emojis and all these like extravaganza and all this. So it's because we have bad prompting. We don't like the product. And I'm telling you what, I use it all the time, and people don't realize it's not CJ Nasello.
I held a strategy party at my house at the beginning of the year, and I just invited like 10 leaders over. And what I did was I showed them how to use prompts, showed them how to use AI for their businesses, try to show them how to monetize from that. So, man, I want to bring that. I'm a product of trade from Alton High.
That's
so
really
it's the JB Johnson Center. So in the hospitality, the cooking there, man.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, sir. So I've built this hospitality firm, but it all started with the trade at JB Johnson.
And, that's a really fascinating part, too, because, we have the Home Builders Remodelers Association on the show, and they do a lot to promote trades in the area, work with the Collinsville Vocational Center, the Cave in Belleville. And there's so many opportunities, I think, that there could be explored, at least here locally, for more trade opportunities for students, because the traditional way of schooling, I think, is starting to maybe trickle down a little bit and not be as effective for so many that realize they don't have to go. They can be more successful and more happy in their own lives by becoming, a tradesman and going to be a plumber or an electrician or, in hospitality even. There's so many realms there. Is that something that you'd explore?
Oh, most definitely, man. Just look at the trends of how everything is going and look at the job market. Yeah. AI is here to stay, but AI is not laying floors. AI is not been an electrician, not been a plumber. And those are so. Even I have 2 food trucks. Shameless plug. But I'm talking with a school now, local school, and trying to help them develop a program to where they're actually building these out. Yeah. So where they're building this. So this is welders. This is electricians. These are plumbers. These are even designers for the actual trucks and stuff. Now imagine someone taking this skill, because food truck industry is steady increasing. You could take this same skill and build them out for other people as freelancers. You can do this, and this is like there's money to be made, and there's opportunities for students, even in high school, to even with building websites and different running these media campaigns for people that they can make money off of, but they just need the information how to do it. And I come from that background.
See, there's 2 important parts to that, I think. And one is the information to do it, because every kid now knows how to use all these products. It's just needing the knowledge to know, what prompt do we need to put in there? How do we make it sound human? Because let's be honest, your Facebook page is never using an emoji or extravaganza or all this, so make it you still. Just don't make it completely out there. On the flip side of that, Jason, that about trade, I think so many times we forget that Alton was a trade hotspot. I mean, we were industry driven. We had the steel mill, we had all of these things, we had the glass works and the Pepsi plant and all these wonderful things, and it's gone now. And what my point is I feel like sometimes we forget our roots as an area just by who we are as people. And I think that when we start exploring trades, it's not saying it's going to bring, factories back to Broadway, but it's at least going to get our children excited that there is a future here,
Oh, yeah. And those manufacturing companies, if they came back, it would never come back the same.
Right.
You wouldn't even want it. However, there is a new modern warehouses now, which are the trades.
Right.
There's so much you could be doing, man.
So much.
And children could be making it, man.
Did you got a moment to stick around?
Yeah.
I got to take my break for top of the hour news, but
Yes,
we
sir.
are doing top of the hour news. Jason Harrison back in the studio. We'll take a quick break here. Before I do, let me fill you in on my friends at Grid Solar. Are you ready to reduce your energy bills? Grid Solar is here to help you make the switch to solar power. Solar energy, more sustainable, cost-effective solution that benefits both your wallet and, well, your happiness. At Grid Solar, they specialize in creating customized solar designs that meet your specific needs. Visit gridsolarllc.com. Don't forget to tell them you know who sent you over their way.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. osfoncall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Brant Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it. As Mayor Brant froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget, his economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 10 o'clock on the dot in the heart of the 618. CJ Nasello. It's Our Daily Show right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV, wherever the hundreds of thousands a month tune in and keep me in a job. I say thank you. Back to Jason here. Back to Jason here.
Thank you for keeping me employed.
Thank you for keeping me in a job so I can complain into a microphone every morning.
Yes, sir.
Jason, back to your candidacy for school board. You know, being active in the community, you've had time to network with so many people. Mm-hmm. And your, Facebook page, I see different businesses that you're collaborating with, different leaders. How important is that going to be with your candidacy if you're elected, April 1st? Are you going to look to collaborate with folks outside of the board, maybe, just to start projects, not saying to pass ordinance or pass any type of policy,
right?
But to maybe come up with programs? Is that on your mind or anything like that?
Yeah, so let me make this disclaimer first. What I've learned in business and what I've learned in just past history is don't make promises because you never know once you get in there what you honestly can do.
That's a good point.
I would say that is my intent. to partner.
I love the honesty there.
Yeah,
though.
and I'll. So can I put a pin right there and make another point real quick?
Please.
I would say one of the strengths that I have, which, most politicians, people running for different positions, some don't have. I can say most. They don't have a history or resume of what they already did for the community. What there are. I mean, if I'm not elected, I'm still going to do it.
Right.
My love for my community, my activism doesn't stop because I'm not elected,
right,
or if I am elected,
right.
And I'm bringing a history of I've always been an advocate. I've always fought for innovation. I've given jobs to, I hired 40-some students from the high school when I did a contract with Botanical Gardens,
wow,
which was a 5-month contract. So I've did that. I've did things that already validate who I am and what I can bring to the thing. Now, about the partnership, take that pen back out there. What I was going to say with that is my intent to partner, because what we desperately need is more community centers spread about our community for children. But not just a safe haven. And a safe haven is definitely important, but we also need to incorporate entrepreneurial pieces in there. But not only teaching them about entrepreneurship, but actually something that actually hires them and gives them jobs.
Yeah.
From the youth all the way to the high school.
I think it's so important. The CEO program taught me that, because I think the term entrepreneur is so overused.
Yes.
Because we always say, well, an entrepreneur is somebody that opens a lemonade stand. That's not true. An entrepreneur is so much more than that. An entrepreneur can work in any industry at any given time.
Yep.
Because they have the background in teamwork and working in collaboration. They know how to spearhead projects if needed to spearhead them. They know how to use their thoughts, but also not be swayed, but maybe alter for the cause of maybe the whole team to get a project finished. And all of those things are not just being an entrepreneur, they're being a good human being overall. So I think that term entrepreneur, we use it for business,
right,
but you can be an entrepreneur and not own a company.
Yep.
You really can be.
Oh, yeah. And you have that entrepreneurial spirit, but it's how, and I believe that every child has a seed within them that just need to be fostered, cultivated, moved up for them, so we can make that. So that I will focus in on partnerships if possible, because I don't know the ins and out of the school board, how that honestly works.
Yeah, there's a learning curve there too.
Exactly.
Have you had conversations with any current school board members?
I have, man, and
That's
with
good
the
to hear.
superintendent of schools.
Wow.
So that I am very excited about to be able to join with them. However, again, you get in and you learn, hey, the budget might be the pressing thing that, policies. And so I know there's a lot that has to be addressed with me trying to still bring innovation to it.
But you still have to have the conversations before you get there, and it's good to know that you're doing that already.
Yes, sir.
What's the best way for somebody to reach out and say, Jason, I want a yard sign. I don't know what I need to do. I'll share a Facebook post to let people know I support you. If they have those questions, what's the best way to reach out and be a part of the Jason Harrison campaign?
So I'm on Facebook and as well as Instagram. And hopefully within the next week or two, we'll have a actually website for it.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, and if you, as things get going closer and closer to April 1st, you're more than welcome back at any time to fill us in on how things are going.
Yes, sir.
And really just the best of luck in it. I always tell everybody that comes on that the hardest thing that anybody will ever do is put their name on the ballot, because, it's very easy to sideline and sit on the couch and kind of armchair quarterback. But when you put yourself out there, it really shows the pride that you have in what you're doing. So thank you for at least doing that too.
Yes, thank you for having me, CJ.
No problem. It's 10:05. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more Daily Show. It's 24 degrees. Man, it got to warm up.
Yeah.
It's got to warm up out there. Well, you stay there. I'll stay here on RiverBender.com back after this.